We have this catchphrase at McKinsey that you can make your own McKinsey. I was really interested in doing media work, and I was persistent in expressing that interest to my professional development manager and sharing it with my different mentors at the firm. And I had the opportunity on my third study to work with two of the senior leaders in our media practice on an incredible study, and then followed them on to another client they were working with to do a second study. I have gained a new level of expertise in media and built incredible relationships and networks in our media practice.
You can be extremely entrepreneurial in this environment. I spent a couple of months, close to 8 months, working in South Africa. And after 6 months, the partner that I was working on the project with said to me, Rick, I've had a sugar mill in Swaziland. They want to help us turn their business around. Do you want to come with me and go and help them with that? And you know, the fact that we could go into Swaziland, help a sugar mill in the middle of nowhere turn around their business, that just felt like a great entrepreneurial opportunity for me. And really, the longer you are at McKinsey, the more of these opportunities actually come to being, come to exist.
You can be 4 months in oil and gas, and then 3 months in consumer electronics, and then 2 months in government organization, like anything. And the diversity attracts me a lot.
I started off in the Stockholm office, and I've worked in the UK, Italy, Belgium, Australia, Brazil. I just transferred to the New York office.
I look back at my former career, and yes, there was something incredibly satisfying about treating a patient one-on-one in their hour of need. But if I think that I'm helping to shape an informed decision that a business leader makes that will then go on and affect millions of patients, it's incredibly powerful. And I think that even at a very young tenure, McKinsey consultants are given that opportunity.
One of the questions that I had when I was applying to McKinsey was how exactly the staffing process works. I sort of assumed that we had very little say or control over what our opportunities would look like, but that's so far from the truth. The reality is that staffing is an ongoing dialogue between you, your professional development manager, and other mentors that you have at the firm. You express the type of work that you're interested in and the development goals that you have, and your professional development manager shares with you some of the upcoming studies, and together you ensure that you are choosing a study that really fits your development goals and that you're really going to enjoy.
People are humble and people are curious about everyone else around them, and it creates an environment where we really want to get to know each other. We do things outside of work all the time. On weekends we have done picnics in Central Park. We go to Broadway shows and watch plays together. Last year during the summer we went sailing on the Hudson River, and it was just an amazing time to bond with each other and get to know each other outside of work. We are happy to bring our whole selves to work because we know that other people really value that here.
One of the things I've been really excited to lead here on the West Coast is the resurgence of our GLAM community. And GLAM, for anyone who doesn't know, it stands for Gays and Lesbians at McKinsey. It's our LGBT network. One of the great things has been seeing how that's been supported at all levels of the office. And just a few weeks ago, we had our first kind of GLAM offsite happy hour, which was really well attended by, everyone in the San Francisco and the Silicon Valley office as well.
We start every engagement by having a team learning. And at team learnings, I always share with my teams that I prefer to work out in the morning and would rather not be at work before 9 a.m. I also share with them that I like to travel on the weekends, and therefore I'm really happy to work late on weekday nights, but I'd prefer to not have work to do on Saturday or Sunday. And teams are very receptive to that kind of input.
Project work can be intense, but after a project, there is no work on your desk left. So it's easy for you to take a couple of weeks off. And we have an institutionalized program which is called Take Time, which allows you exactly to take off, and you can use the time for whatever you like. For example, I took a couple of months off this year for finishing my PhD.
The life of a consultant is very high-paced. You know, as we're all human beings, there are times in which you need some support from your environment. And I've found that the teams that I've worked on are extremely caring. We're there going, you know, for peak performance, but there's times in which I found it difficult to give that peak performance for various reasons. And when those issues were there, my colleagues were there to support me. It was almost like working with your friends rather than with colleagues.